Yes, guys, Back to Glory is back, episode number 4, and we are ready to do big, big things today. I have icon swaps to complete. If we want any chance of getting into the weekend league and doing well, we're going to need an icon. We're probably going to need someone like Pep Guardiola to sit in the center of that park and be able to dictate tempo for us. So to do that, we need to keep getting through these league challenges. Today we've got a side that's composed. Oh, look at the lag there. Jeez, I can't believe I had to play through that sort of connection. So our side today is composed primarily of players from the Calcio A. And there is a star man of today's episode. And that star man has just banged in his first goal. Kouame? I'm going to go Kouame. He just scored buckets and buckets. And I kind of, you can see from the thumbnail, that little Drake meme was comparing him with Gareth Bale, because I thought Bale would have been able to really clutch up for us and provide the goods. And don't get me wrong, Bale is a good player. He's pacey, he's good on the ball, he can finish with both feet. But Kouame was just this animal to be dealt with. You see there, just like almost toying with him in the box when I could have finished working the challenge. And then in the end, I tried to do like the little fancy shot to finish with holding down left trigger, but yeah, he just ends up smashing at the back of the net. But Kouame, time and time again, he was finding space. He's strong, he's tall, he can finish on both feet. He's a cheap beast, definitely a cheap beast. In fact, you can see his Zlatan jumping on his back there, who got the assist. If I could pick between Zlatan or Kouame, I'm taking Kouame 9 times out of 10. Yeah, believe, trust, have a go at him and see if you feel any differently. So this is our side at the moment. We're set up in a 4-2-3-1 formation. We've got enough Serie A players in there to tick off the challenge. And then game number 2, Save Me Lopez. We come up against this pretty strong side with Icon. That Ben Yedder up top with Mbappe is a pretty sick combo. And then Kante in the centre of the park. Probably my favourite player when it comes to a central midfielder this year. And again, Kouame just doing bits. And I got into that position there, and I was extremely confident that if I shot across the goal, we would be able to have that ball fall back to Mariano. And that's really important, guys. If you're playing against someone who's doing that drop back, not pressing the ball whatsoever, who this guy isn't, but look at Bale, just a little roulette. I'm like, go on, Bale, just put the ball in the corner. No, post. And that was Bale's games for me. It just wouldn't go right. But yeah, if you're playing someone who's doing that drop back meta constantly, you've got to shoot, work the keeper. If you don't shoot, you're not going to score, is the old adage. And yeah, it's really important that you take those chances when they come. And if not, then try and make the chance. Just take the shot and see where the rebound comes. Being composed is so critical. Just from shifting the ball slightly to the right there to find that gap. Waiting to see the keeper when you've got so much time. Don't rush yourself. Make sure you find the finish. Super important to be cool under pressure. Bale, again, finding the space. And I thought I could shoot near post there, but why not just square it off? Keep the ball and look after the ball. And another easy tap in. Bale, I mean, I've probably been pretty harsh on Bale. He is a good card. Like, don't get me wrong. Just seasons past, Bale has been kind of a standout. And in this game here, I thought he was just good. He's a good card. With the market being on the floor, you can pick up Bale for extremely cheap. So please give Bale a go yourself. See how you feel, and try Kouame, even if you're doing those Politano challenges, which we're ticking off now with Kouame banging in goal after goal. So soon we will pick up a 2 rare player pack just for winning games and scoring with him. In fact, have we already done that? No, we've now won 10 games in Rival, so I told you we'd turn that win-loss ratio around, which we're definitely clawing that back, and we're now in a positive position. So we pick up a free pack there, which is great, and then a 2 players pack as well. So hopefully we can get something good here. I mean, any player is welcome at this point, but we need all the leagues so that we can do all these challenges. So even Brazilian players are going to be really important for us. Players from those squad battle objectives, so that we can actually tick off these icon swaps. Otherwise, we're not actually ever going to be able to get to the amount we need for Pep. So we get Matic. We've got here some German players, which are really important. We need German players. We need more Premier League players. There's a Romanian player there, which would be helpful for one of the SBCs that it's on at the moment. Squad fitnesses, I will take squad fitnesses and contracts, because if we're playing with the same squad all the time, we're definitely going to need consumables, particularly because we haven't bought a single item off the transfer market. And I'm thinking at this point for this series that Path to Glory is going to be a no transfer market at any stage whatsoever series, where you can only pack players or pack consumables or do SBCs to earn these first owner players. So we're going to bring Mendel straight into the side, put him in there at CDM, and I wasn't a big fan of doing that and making that change, and I'll tell you why. Mendel himself is a solid player, and his Scream card is an exceptional card, but having two players in at CDM, both with high defensive work rates, means I was left with a cam and a striker to provide that attacking threat, and with my left and right wings being so far out to the side, I just felt like I wasn't providing as much of a threat in this game. Mariano still scoring goals for us for fun. His goals to game ratio is definitely stronger than 1. And again here, this player's kind of pulled me down in the box, and I thought it's time for Bale to redeem himself. He's got some pretty good finishing stats, so let's get Bale in here for the pen, get him off the mark, and back in our good books. So we had a look at Kouame's pen stat versus Bale, and it is worse. It's only 77 pens for Bale. So we're doing the no time finish, look to the left, and then move the cursor to the right. And yeah, you picked the right way there. Probably should have gone down the middle. So Bale still not to get on the score sheet. The guy does bring it back to 1-1. Crespo coming up with the goods. I thought it was super average defending from my centre back. I was just pressing B to clear, and he kind of just having a nap, reading the Sunday paper. Not interested in doing his defensive duties. It wouldn't surprise me if he plays centre back for Arsenal. Nonetheless, we're just working the nice little 1-2 here, waiting for him to commit, which he never does. Looks like he's allergic to the tackle button, and Kouame with a nice finish in the corner, and he just scoring goals for fun. So that's now we're kind of progressing on through Division 6. Soon we'll be up against those Division 5 opponents, and it's going to make life even harder, and that is 3 games from 3 with a Genoa goal scorer, and we have a 2 rare players pack from that. So what can we get here? No boards or walkout, and it's going to be another Bundesliga player, so that'll be really handy for us, as one of the next ones to do will be at the Bundesliga. We also still haven't done the Ligue 1 as well, so both of those players will end up going straight into our starting 11, and that's really handy that we'll be building up towards having 7 players from each of those leagues. I'm just having a quick check here to see if there's anyone else that I can kind of tick off and get another 2 rare players pack, and we have to score 1 more goal with a Roma player, and we'll get another 2 players pack. So once we win this one, that's all of the ones done for Calcio A. So while we're at it, let's see if we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone and score with either our right winger here in Under, or we also have Pastore in at cam. So if either of those 2 players score, then we'll get another 2 players pack, as well as this icon swap. We have been zooming through today. 3 wins from 3 thus far. Let's see if we can make it 4 wins from 4. Our fitness is getting a little bit low on these players in particular, and if we're going to be feeding them balls and making sure they're up for the challenge when it falls in front of them, then we probably should make sure that they have the amount of fitness that we need. At the same time, I'm thinking maybe I should pop a chem style on Kouame, or does he need that sort of the fitness to provide him with that edge that we need for the upcoming game? So we're going to give him just that extra bit of fitness because he is running pretty low. I want to see what his goals to game tally is going to end up actually being after 4 games. So we come up against a pretty nice side, 100 chem, 82 rated overall, nothing too special. There's centre back pairing, there's definitely goals to be had there. I'd say this person's probably just starting off their club with how cheap the market is, so I was feeling really confident here. I thought there's goals to be had, that's for sure. And yeah, there was plenty. Pastore was in the mood, really trying to score with that Roma player. I was forcing the ball, and from the start I felt like we'll win this game, and Pastore I felt like was probably going to be providing us with the goal. So we're just working the space in the box, trying to find the finish, and kind of overdid a little bit there, but no, Pastore straight away, 10 minutes in, there's that goal with the Roma player, and whether we win this game or not, we're going to end up getting that 2 rare players pack. Actually, do you have to win the game to get the 2 rare players pack? Doesn't matter. He rage quits immediately anyway, so we'll be getting that 2 rare players back, and we'll be getting the icon swap player, so pretty stoked there. It's a quick episode today, guys. It's all done and dusted early on. Next time we'll be driving on towards getting even more of our icon swaps completed, and we might even start to do one of our first SBCs. Because the club is so scarce at the moment with first owner players from all the leagues, we can only really do SBCs where we use the players that have already completed the icon swap for, if that makes sense. So anyone from La Liga or anyone from Serie A now, we don't really need them anymore because we've done that icon swap, unless they're a really high rated card that we want to use in future. So I'm going to start to try and use some of them in our SBCs. I'll keep all the Brazilians though, because we will need the Brazilians for that icon swap. And I don't know if we're going to get to do Mbabu, because we look like we will need to buy a bunch of players off the market. We don't have 11 Bundesliga players, so hopefully we'll get to do him, but it doesn't look too good at this point in time unless we can start to bring in a bunch of packs. From our two rare gold players pack, we don't get any boards or walkouts, so I'm going to skip through that, and we get a couple of players in off leagues here. I don't see us needing the A-League player nor the keeper, so we're going to rinse them into our first SBC. Now this SBC is by no means good value for money, but I thought we will need the UCL rare, and there's always the chance that we're going to get some massive player that's going to really be a game changer for us. So we'll give it a whirl, and fingers crossed, toes crossed, all that kind of stuff. We'll just hope for the best. Can we pull someone big? Please, EA. It looks like it's not a board or a walkout. It is Brazilian. It is Olympiacos. I think that's Thiago Mendes. I'll take a Brazilian. I'll take a Ligue 1 player because that's one of the ones coming up for our icon swap in future episode. But this player, I mean, he looks solid across the board. He's got good pace. His composure's good. His physicals are nice, and the stamina there, the aggression's there. Good defensive awareness. He's not a bad card, but I guess he wasn't that big one we're looking for. Anyway, that's all from today's episode, guys. Thanks for joining us. If you're enjoying the content thus far, please subscribe. Feel free to catch up on some old episodes. And yeah, all the best. Catch you later.